स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुर्साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अखण्डमण्डलाकारं व्याप्तं येन चराचरं तत्पदं दर्शितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। अनेकजन्मसम्प्राप्तः कर्मबन्धविदाहिने आत्मज्ञानप्रदानेन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। मन्नाथो श्रीजगन्नाथो मद्गुरुः श्रीजगद्गुरुः ममात्मा सर्वभूतात्मा तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। Let us spend a few moments in silence and meditation. Let us offer our salutations to the all-pervading blissful Spirit in any name or form. Before that, please sit straight. Slow down your breathing process. With a peaceful mind, with an alert mind, with a pure mind, meditation will be very, very effective. Visualize the atmosphere around you in Ramakrishna Math, holy premises, without any pollution, without any disturbances. The serene, peaceful atmosphere, conducive for prayer, meditation, and reflection. Your body, mind, soul, everything becomes pure. The Supreme Lord, the Supreme Being is present everywhere, in everything. And He is present within you. Though beyond time, beyond space, beyond form, still you can experience the divine joy in the very depth of your heart. Turn the center of consciousness from the body, from the energy in the body, from various thoughts, from the intellect, Turn deep inward. Avritta chakshuhu amritatvam icchan. Amritatvam is experienced within. But in meditation, we have to give a U-turn. It is called the retreat from the outside to the inside. Supreme Being is the light of consciousness. The light of the conscious spirit that enables the eyes to see, the ears to hear, the nose to smell, the tongue to taste. That supreme light, Atma Jyoti, the source of all knowledge and love, all goodness and greatness, all divinity. We have to identify not with the world, not with other senses, but with the Supreme Spirit. Deep within, you can move from the unreal to the real, from false to truth. Spiritual journey is from darkness to light, ignorance to knowledge. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amrutangamaya. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Let us pray for the well-being of all people, for the health and peace of all people, known and unknown. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Sada Shiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. First sloka of Atma Bodha. Tapobhi kshena papanam Shantanam vitaraginam Mumukshunam apekshoyam Atma bodho vidhiyate. Tapobhikshena papanam Shantanam vitaraginam Mumukshunam apekshoyam Atma bodho vidhiyate. I am composing the Atma Bodha or self-knowledge to serve the needs of those who have been purified through the practice of austerities and who are peaceful in heart, free from cravings and desirous of liberation. Shloka number 16. Please repeat. Sada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatravabhasate buddhavevavabhaseta svacheshu pratibimbavat. Sada sarvagatopyatma na sarvatravabhasate buddhavevavabhaseta svacheshu pratibimbavat. we were discussing this shloka last Sunday or before that Sunday, because last Sunday was Guru Purnima. We could not have the class. According to the Shastras, consciousness, this Atman, is of two types. Shastras say two forms of consciousness. One is the reflective consciousness and another is the actual consciousness. Manifested consciousness, where the medium is available, that is the buddhi as mentioned here. Though Atma or the consciousness is sarvavyapi, sarvagataha, na sarvatra avabhasate. It does not shine in everything. And the other is unmanifested consciousness, which is there, which is Sat, Chit, Ananda, where the medium is not available. Manifested, unmanifested. Vyakta, avyakta. So, when it is manifested through a medium called the buddhi, the Shastras have given the word Chidabhasa. Remember the word Chidabhasa or Chit Pratibimbaha. Second is Chit, that's all. There is no Bimba there. Pratibimba is not there. Chit Bimbam or Chit Pratibimbam. First one, Chit Pratibimbam, is the reflection. Reflection in the water. Reflection in the fine buddhi, sattvika buddhi. So these ideas have to be kept. Buddhaveva bhaseta swacheshu, pure, untainted. Just like we want to see our face in the mirror, if it is tainted, if it is dirty, if it is dusty, we will not be able to see the reflection. We will not be able to experience it. We wash the mirror, we wipe the mirror, then the reflection is there. So the idea is, in sadhana, we have to purify, make it as fine as possible for the Atman to reflect. Continuing, another example is given. The full moon, Paurnami, Guru Purnima, last Sunday. The bright moonlight. There is no such thing as what? Is there any moonlight? No. It is only the reflection of the sun. Pratibimba. That is why the word given is Pratibimba Surya Prakashaha. Pratibimba Surya Prakashaha. Or reflected sunlight. Other than the moonlight, we are not able to experience or recognize Sarvagata Atma. Though it is Sarvagataha, we are not able to experience because there is no purity inside. That is why Sri Ramakrishna beautifully put it in a simple language, two words, Shuddha Man, Shuddha Atma, Ek. Shuddha Man, Shuddha Atma, Ek. There is no difference. The moment the mind is purified, the buddhi is purified, our life is purified, the Atman shines by itself. In this plate, in this small plate, I see the reflection of this light because it is clean. If there is dust here, I will not be able to see it. I cannot change that, I can change this. I can purify it, I can wash it. Similarly, in our sadhana, in understanding, in experiencing, what do we need? Purity, purity, swacheshu pratibimbavat. Another example Sri Ramakrishna gives when he says, the father and son are there in the garden, there are 10 pots full of water, and in every jar of water there is a reflection of the sun. And one by one the father is removing one jar, second jar, third jar, and the reflections are reducing. finally only one pot is there, one jar full of water is there, that shows the reflection of the sun. After a few seconds he removes that also and asks his son, how many suns are there now? Son in his ignorance said, there is no sun at all. The father says, don't say that, look up, there is that sun. That is the real sun. So, light, understand that other than the moonlight, other than the Chandra Prakasha that we call moonlight, though it is not there, we are not able to recognize the Sarvagata Surya Prakasha because there is no reflective medium. So in the Upanishads, a study of man was done by the sages. There are two kinds of man the known, man the unknown. There is a wonderful book written by Dr. Alexis Carrel, a medical doctor. He was not happy in search for truth. Says we only know just a fraction of the body. The consciousness behind the body we do not know. The Shakti behind this bulb we do not know. And the second chapter of the book he says, man the unknown. It's a mystery, they left it there. Managoddaya, inga chalu. But the sages were not satisfied. They cut everything. Dive deep into that supreme consciousness. And what did they find? The finite man becomes more and more rarefied as we go deeper into him, revealing at last a transcendental and infinite reality as his true self. Swamiji's idea this is. Revealing at last a transcendental and infinite reality as his true self. That experience has been put into a word which you do not understand, I do not understand. Go to the Taittiriya Upanishad chanting. The sage has suddenly experienced that. No other words come to his mind. All mantras and tantras and mudras and this one have ended. He only shouts, it seems, into a samagana. Ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha, ooh. What is that? It's an expression of joy. Ha, ooh, ha, ooh, ha, ooh. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannado. Ohamannadaha, ahamannadaha. Samagana. Agga shlok, akridahagga shlok, akridahagga shlok, akrite. That is their experience. Buddha after becoming, Gautama after becoming the Buddha, awakened consciousness. The torment became manifested. In the Buddha Charita it is written, he is a tall man, a handsome Maharaja, Rajakumara, glorified, his face is beaming with the joy and glow of the Atman. What did he do, it seems? He danced in joy. He jumped in joy. And he said, the Durlabha Bodha has been realized by me. Ati Durlabha Bodha has been realized by me. That's all, he was jumping in joy. And with that joy he moved forward. That became Dharma Chakra Pravartana Sutra. Chakra, the realization of Bodha is Dharma Chakra Pravartana. He started walking. Dharma started walking. And from Bodha Gaya he walked all the way to Benares, Saranath. There his 5 monastic brothers who left him because he took some food from somebody. They were waiting, and there he gave his teaching. Became Dhammapada. So Bhagavan Buddha and then the Upanishads. Each one of us is finite, limited to the external world only. This room is limited in space. Does it mean this much only is space? Break the walls. Break the barriers. Watch the space outside. That is why one sage, Kaschid dhiraha pratyagatmanam aikshat avrutta chakshuhu amrutatvamichan. And in Taittiriya Upanishad, the experience is, put it into words later, aham vrakshasya reriva kirtif prushtam gireriva urdhva pavitro vajaniva swamrutamasmi. My kirti is beyond the mountains. Gireriva. Because that is limited. I am unlimited. And that message, Swamiji took it. The manifested consciousness. Because that is what he got from Sri Ramakrishna. If I see God with eyes closed in my meditation, in my heart, why don't I see God with eyes opened in my action? The Antaryami is there in all of us, in all of you. And that message, Swamiji said, one great sage, somewhere on the banks of the Narmada or the Ganga or the Kaveri or Yamuna, Shunvantu Vishve, Amrutasya Putraha. Swacheshu Pratibimbavat. Just like in a pure, clean mirror or in water we see the reflection. Similarly, in a pure mind, in the buddhi, we see the Atman, experience the Atman. So, anoraniyan mahato mahiyan atma guhayam nihitosya jantoho. This comes from the Mahanarayana Upanishad. What does it say? The infinite self, the pure consciousness, or whatever you call it, more minute than the minute, anoraniyan, and at the same time it is mahato mahiyan, greater than the greatest, is set in the heart of the beings. For that, Vivekananda is given a beautiful message. He says, he is in the second volume of the complete works, perfection is always infinite. We are this infinite already. And we are trying to manifest that infinity. When some sages, some scholars say, don't even try, you are. That stamp of authority, he says, assert it. That alone lives. So by Atma Bodha knowledge, by Shankara's other scriptures, by Tattva Bodha, by Panchadashi and all that, we get that stamp of authority. What is there to try? It is. Be happy, that's all. But the prapancham, Indriya, prapancham does not allow you to be happy. It will again keep on pinching you. Don't be happy. You will be happy only when you buy that shirt from me. You will be happy only when you give order to the most costly jewelry from me. And poor man is becoming a puppet. The infinity is gone or forgotten. You and I and all beings are trying to manifest it. Even the murderer, the pure soul is there. It dies not. It was his mistake. He could not manifest it. He had covered it up. Nor in the man who thinks that he is killed, is the soul killed. Bhagavad Gita, 2nd chapter, Kathopanishad, same language. It is the eternal. It can never be killed, never destroyed, infinitely smaller than the smallest, infinitely larger than the largest. This Lord of all is present in the depths of every human heart. That is why Rani Madalasa gave this powerful teaching to her children in the cradle itself. Not the worldly lullaby, worldly songs or material songs. She sang the song of immortality to the baby who cannot understand one word also. It is there in the scriptures. The song of immortality sung by Madalasa. Shuddhosi buddhosi muktosi samsara maya parivarjitosi. The last line. Shuddhosi buddhosi muktosi samsara maya parivarjitosi. She is telling her children, her son. The vibrations is going inside the brain of the son, is it not? And when that fellow becomes youth and gets the maturity, he becomes a Mahayogi. This is the challenge which ancient India gave to the world, which is echoing through Vedanta today. So, each one of us is a finite presentation on the surface. On the surface only you are limited. but infinite in the depths of our being. So dive deep, dive deep, dive deep, oh my mind. Sri Ramakrishna song in Bengali, Dubu 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 Mon, into your own Hridayam. While swimming on the surface, you will get only shells, only foam, dirty things, waste things, worthless things you will get on the surface. Dive deep. There is the Vrindavan, there is the Ratnas. A great saint was there, Kubir, not Kabir, Kubir. His song, Sri Ramakrishna was fond of it. Kubir bole shono shono shon. Kubir is telling, listen, listen, listen. What to listen? Dive deep, dive deep, dive deep. So what is the meaning here? Buddhevava, Buddha, Buddhau eva, in Buddhi alone, which is Swachha, which is Shaucha, clean. Pratibimbavat. So due to this ignorance, man seems to be limited by the tiny body-mind complex. And add senses also. Tiny body-mind sense complex. 3 floors we have. We are running up and down this only. My body, my mind, my senses, my body, my mind, my senses. Feed it, dress it and dance over it. Whole life gone. Already 6:20 today of 28th of August, July. Ho gaya. Ayipoyindiga. Can you bring back? Morning 5 o'clock? Tomorrow morning 5 o'clock. Date has changed. You are going forward one more day where? Physically to the graveyard. One more day quicker. You are going to the graveyard. Don't be afraid. It's a fact. So the reference in the Bhagavata, the various examples, various ways. From a child, that is what Vivekananda did. And his mission was that this terse Vedanta, or the Upanishads, the Brahma Sutras, the Bhagavad Gita, the Prakarana Granthas, the Acharyas, he said, I want to make it so simple that even a baby would be able to digest it. See, Vivekananda's mission, Vivekananda's vision, he said, I want to make it so simple that even a baby would be able to digest it. So this is also another example. Bhagavata Mahapurana says, if you are in a room where it is totally dark the whole night, because there is no sunlight, and you are sleeping in that room, early morning hours, 5 o'clock, 5:05, 5:07, 5:10, 5:15, there is a glimpse of light. Even if the room is closed, somewhere it peeps in. Surya Prakashaha. It may peep in through the edges, through the hinges, through a hole in your door or hole in some window. It will come. By looking at that reflection, at that light, you infer that it is morning. Similarly, by the ability of Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya Kosha is your buddhi, the household, the storehouse of all knowledge. Vijnana. The ability of Vijnanamaya Kosha to illuminate everything, the original consciousness is inferred. Oh, this is like that. This is that. This is that. This is that. This knowledge will come. Though it is said in the shloka, Sada Sarvagatopyatma, though the Atma is present everywhere, all the time, but it is not recognized at all places. These places are what? Annamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manomaya Kosha. These places it is not reflected. It is reflected at the most in the Vijnanamaya Kosha, which is nearer, just a step away, which draws the light. It is only in the pure Vijnanamaya Kosha alone that the Atman, the pure consciousness, gets reflected as Chidabhasa. Chidabhasa Chit Pratibimba. So, Atman or Atma is not a thing to go or come. Ishavasyoparishad. It is far, it is near. Tadejati, tannejati, taddure, tadvantike, tadantarasya sarvasya, tadu sarvasyasya bhayataha. See what a wonderful experience of the sages. Taddure, tadantike, tadantarasya, bhahyasya, tadu sarvasyasya. You cannot say it is not there. And you cannot say this is only the Atma. Just like Sri Ramakrishna said, 3 friends were going near some street and they found a big wall, and from the other side music, sound, dance sound, some celebration was going on, and one fellow climbed up on the wall to see what is going on there. Moment he saw the Santa fair, village fair, he said, and jumped inside. Who will tell now what is going on inside? Interesting. Second fellow jumped because my friend did not come. And he also climbed. He saw, he also jumped inside. But the third fellow, little compassionate, he came back and called 10 more people and went inside. That is what Vivekananda did. That is what Ramana Maharshi did. That is what Shankaracharya did. They held back this one and shared it with others, and they also merged in the Supreme Consciousness. So, see, like the earth turning towards the sun, which is day for us now, and now it is ending, the day is ending, the western side of the hemisphere will have the light. When it turns away from the sun, it is what we call night. There is no prakash. Do you say prakasham is not there? It is there. Only you are not able to see because you are on the other side. Don't deny. Don't decry. So since perfect smoothness is found in the mirror, absolute clean mirror, it is said to be the fittest object to be used as an example for the light that reflects off a purified intellect. So our sadhana should be to purify the intellect. Atma prakasham is always there. Another example is given like a kerosene lantern glass case. As the light is burning whole night, after some time you find the soot, the black powder. Slowly that light is diminishing. Light is there, but it's not reflected. So we don't break that glass, we don't throw the glass, we wipe it off. Then put it again, prakasham. So for all the objects, that which reflects the light of the Atman is our intellect. That is why we have to raise our life from the lower senses of Mauladhara, Manipura, Swadhisthana to Anahata Chakra. At least become busy with the study of the scriptures, the understanding of the scriptures, with meditation and other things, with yoga. Karma yoga, Gnana yoga, Bhakti yoga, Raja yoga, Abhyasa yoga, Mano yoga, Buddhi yoga, and add any other yoga except Nidra yoga, which is very, very easy. And sometimes yogis say, the moment you sit in meditation, it is an invitation to Nidra Devi. Immediately it will come. From where it will come, we don't know. And people say, Swamiji, chala haiga untindi. What haiga untindi? Nidra Devi. Yenta haiga untundadi. It's like sleeping in this train, which is reaching Sikandrabad, or which is reaching Vijayawada, or which is reaching Bangalore. You are sleeping. Even if the fellow doesn't wake up when the attender calls you, gone case. The train will go down for cleaning. You have to wake up. The time has come to wake up. Uttishtata jagrata. You cannot afford to sleep. In a sattvika person, this is very, very advantageous. Sri Ramakrishna's nature was not just sattvika, it is shuddha sattva, parama sattva. His body was so soft. Swami Brahmanji says, Brahmanji was a wrestler. And one day Sri Ramakrishna said, why don't you massage my feet? And Brahmanji, wrestler. pressed his leg so much, Sri Ramakrishna shouted, it will break. Just put your hand on that skin, that is enough. Brahmanji says, it is as good as butter. So soft. Komalangam. Shuddha sattva. Body also has become pure. That's why Sri Ramakrishna is walking and Holy Mother saw from backside gold color body. The body had become so sattvika, Atma is reflecting through that. For us it is only brown body and green body, makeup body. And Sri Ramakrishna had tied one amulet. It was not visible. It's only golden body. Holy Mother was stunned, looking at the Paramahamsa's body. So, in a sattvika person, it is intellect which truly shines, as we see in him, the highest example of self-control, control over his mind, control over his senses, absolute mastery. So in the serene quietude of a settled and pure mind, the effulgent self is recognized, just as we can see quite easily and clearly in a clean mirror held steadily. The mirror is steady, you can see your face properly. Yatha deepo nivatasto nengate sopama smruta yogino yatachittasya yunjato yogamatmanaha. 6th chapter Gita. Yatha deepo, like a lamp in a windless place which does not flicker, which illumines the whole room. Similarly is the mind of the yogi. Yogino yatachittasya. And he will fix it in the Atman. Yunjato. Yunjato means fixing, concentrating. Yoga Atmanaha, by the power of yoga, in the Atman only. Similarly, the mirror is steady and your reflection is clear. So keep it steady. In physics we have steady state theory. Just it is steady. One kind of theory is there. Just we will touch the 17th shloka, the next shloka, and then continue next class. Please repeat. Dehendriya mano buddhihi prakritibhyo vilakshanam tadvrutti sakshinam vidyat atmanam rajavatsada. Dehendriya mano buddhihi prakritibhyo vilakshanam tadvrutti sakshinam vidyat atmanam rajavatsada. Realize the Atman to be distinct from Deha, the body, Indriyas, the senses, Manas, the thought, and the non-differentiated Prakriti. Tadvrutti sakshinam vidyat, but the witness of their functions. Vidyat atmanam, atmanam vidya. Know that the Atman is only a sakshi. Tadvrutti sakshinam vidhi. Atma. Like what? Another example. Beautiful examples. In every shloka you find one common day example. That is the uniqueness of Shankaracharya. The uniqueness of Sri Ramakrishna. For anything and everything he has an example. Atmanam vidhi as sakshi, like Raja. Rajavat sada, comparable to a king. Glory of this one is Atma. You are the king. You are the king. King of one's own self. Vivekananda was a king. Namashri Yatirajaya. See? He's a king of sannyasis. Yatiraja. He is a Rajavat sada. Walk. Regal walk of Vivekananda. As mentioned by, as observed by Romain Rolland, called Romarola in French. He says, as he is walking in the Himalayas, as he is walking in the America or Europe, he says, His Majesty is walking. Nobody could bypass him but pay homage to His Majesty. What is that majesty? Not just the body of Vivekananda, whom we know, but the spirit, manifesting that Shiva Bhav, manifesting that Vairagyam, manifesting that Atma Jyoti. Nobody could come in area, run away from him without paying homage. That was Romarola's observation. He says Vivekananda walked like a king. Though Romarola did not see, but he visualized. He's an artist. He visualized, this is Vivekananda. But those who have walked with him, those who have lived with him, their reminiscences are very, very interesting. So you find whatever we find here explained, we can see in Vivekananda, modern Shankara. So realize Atman from distinctions of four things: Deha, Indriya, Manas, Buddhi, Prakriti. And he has used a beautiful word, Vilakshanam. Vilakshanam means distinct, speciality. Dani Lakshanam. So Deha, Indriya, Manas, Buddhi, Prakriti, Vilakshanam. One should understand that the Atman is always like a king, distinct and independent principle. From the body, from the senses, from the mind, from the intellect. All of which constitute what? Prakriti or matter. What is Sri Ramakrishna's quality? Prakriti Vikriti Shunyam Nityam Ananda Murtim. Sri Ramakrishna. So the pure intelligence, all pervading Brahman. These are the qualifications. He is distinct, Vilakshanam, it is independent from and beyond the physical equipments which constitute of the body, mind and buddhi or the intellect. He is the supreme illuminator, or it is the supreme illuminator. It illumines the subtle workings of the intellect. Sukshmati sukshma. All our training is only external. This way real education and temporary education or roti kapada makhan education differs. You can have your roti kapada makhan education, but under the foundation of the real education. This is the Atman, knowledge of the Atman. Give that knowledge to the students. Give that knowledge to the children. Then you see a different nation as it was. That is why Swami Vivekananda says, let's see the glorious mother seated on her throne, rejuvenated, more glorious than she ever was. This motherland of ours. He wanted that to come into the educational system, which now they are trying poor people in so-called NEP. But there are no people to teach this Indian knowledge and the scriptures. They are running here and there. They are confused. Because they have not learnt from their teachers. Who will teach the younger generation? Somebody has to take the responsibility. That's why some of our Ramakrishna Mission centers making syllabus, some wonderful organizations working day after day, because time is running away. Another academic year has started already 2 months over. When will this knowledge go? The supreme illuminator knowledge. The Atman is a witness of the drama of life in the body and the world outside. It is a witness. Vritti. One is called pravritti, another is called nivritti. But it is a vritti. One internal, one external. Body, mind, intellect, indriyas, external. Pravritti margam. From the buddhi inward is nivritti margam. Atman is the witness. Sakshi Chaitanya. One more shloka, another just 2 minutes is there before we go for Arati. See, understand this. Oneness of this universe. Atman manifesting everywhere. The Shvetashvatara Upanishad says, the rishis say, Yo Devo Agnau, Yo Apsuhu, Yo Vishvam, Bhuvanam Avivesha, Ya Oshadhishu, Yaha Vanaspatishu, Tasmai Devaya Namo Namaha. Salutation to the divinity. Salutation to the divinity. Who is in the fire? Yo Devaha Agnau. Yo Devaha Apsuhu. Who is in the water? Apaha. Who is in the plants? Who is in the trees? Who has pervaded the whole universe? Salutations. That's why we have to make it a habit in our prayer meditation and everywhere, as much as possible, to offer namaskaram to every being. Then what happens? The divinity will be manifested more and more. offer namaskaram. See God everywhere. Feel God everywhere. It's a sadhana. It's a sadhana. Sometimes you may forget, you may not forget, you may remember 20 hours a day. Doesn't matter. Do it. Gradually the mind will become so pure, so pure, so pure. Ekam Sat. Truth is one. Swamiji says, the self, the Atman, in you, in me, in everyone is omnipresent. What is the meaning of it in 16 shloka? Sarvagatopi Atma. What is his language? He is omnipresent. You are as much in the sun now as in this earth, as much in England as in America. But the self acts through the mind and the body. As a manifestation. Acts through the mind and the body. And where they are, its action is visible. That's why we worship, we adore nature. The trees are God for us, whether it's Tulasi Mata, Ganga Maya, Vana Devata, Vana Devi, Agni Deva, Apaha, everything is Atman. That's why North India in pilgrimage times you might have experienced, some of you have gone the other side, when they serve the food in the chatrams, after Brahmarpanam, after 15 chapter Bhagavad Gita Parayanam, the sevaks will come, the assistants of that particular chatram will come for salt, uppu. And what do they say? Namakram, 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 bolta hai. Then they bring the rice, Chawal Ram, Chawal Ram, Chawal Ram. And they bring water. They won't tell Pani, Ganga Maya, Ganga Maya, Ganga Maya. Roti Ram, Roti Ram, Roti Ram. When we go there, we will be confused. Because we are not habituated. Hey, Chawal dena. Chawal? Chawal nahi, he entered it. But convertundi, big barrel of rice is there, it's not there. So what is there? Chawal Ram bolo, de denge. Ram ji dega. This is the ancient concept. This is what we have, our country. Everything is sacred. Everything is pure. Everything is God. We will continue next class. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Rama Krishna Arpanamastu.